Hey folks, we're back from our submarine mission. Yeah, we did get figured out on that drive motor what was going on. We just had a bad connection at one of our switches, so it's back online. Yeah, I'll give a quick rundown on this thing. All this is, we start out with an air tank. This thing's about 4 foot long. This is an air tank off an old CL Ford cab over 9000 road tractor. This was all just made out of junk we had laying around. These are the fan blower motors. They're just held on by hose clamps, so you can change them out real quick. 12 volt DC motors. The water don't seem to bother them. As far as current wise, being as DC current. Yeah, they're water cooled motors. They never overheat. Yep, just all built with scrap we had laying around. We had to go to the hardware store. Here's how we control it. I do have a voltmeter that'll kind of tell me how. That's the voltmeter out of that old truck too. That kind of tells me where my battery's at. Here's my switches for port and starboard motors. There's your air supply. We had an air tank in the boat. There's put the supply air there. And here's my dump valve. Here's your. These are your aft tanks. This has got a divider in it, all welded up solid. There's your aft. There's your forward tanks, right there, valve. So when you want, if you're down below and you want to surface, you'll close your dump, open both them valves, give him a little supply, and it'll blow the tanks and bring him to the surface. Let me see if I can get a little bit better. Yeah, the U-505. We modeled it after that German submarine they captured Second World War. I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's the holes in the bottom of them tanks. That's where the water will come in, and that's how the water gets blowed out. If you can see them. Yep, modeled. I guess that submarine, that 505, it's in Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. It'd be interesting to go up and see that thing. I don't know if you can walk through it or not. Maybe you used to be able to. But, and this thing, what was interesting, I figured out best I could with the little conning tower and the tank. It's just shy of 1 cubic foot of air. I mean, it's like really close. And this thing weighs like 70, I think it's just shy of 75 pounds. And I remember when I built that thing, probably 15, 20 years ago, the best of my calculations, I think that's what it takes. It takes like 73 pounds to make a cubic foot of water, or to displace a cubic foot, to shove a cubic foot of air underwater. That's the best I can word it. More than a guy thinks. And that's pretty, in fresh water, that's pretty close. I guess in salt water, it probably takes more. It's more dense, I suppose. But yeah, pretty simple. Probably didn't have $50 in the whole build. Just getting scrap parts off that truck and stuff we had laying around the shop. Nothing fancy, just an old piece of plywood there for a control panel. And here's where we just hook these into our battery, like we had out there in the boat. Nothing fancy here. Yeah, I had a bad connection right in here on that one motor. I wiggled that and it started working again. Just stuff you can make for a few dollars and entertain the kids and the adults. We'll see you on the next adventure, guys.